Hey guys, I know it's been a little bit of a while, maybe about 2 weeks or so since my last upload. I know I said I was going to stick to a schedule, upload every week, all that good stuff, but then I kind of got a little sick, nice respiratory infection. And it's always after I start going to the gym, I start lifting, and then I get sick. It's like without fail. But anyway, and then, Turkey Day. For all of us folks in the United States of America, Thanksgiving was on this past Thursday. So that was a fun time. Ate plenty of good food. I contributed some mac and cheese to the whole dinner. It was quite delicious. I think it was the family favorite of the meal. Of course, my boyfriend does a very good turkey. He also cooked up some cabbage, some greens, It was all very delicious. It was a good time, very chill Thanksgiving. Got plenty of rest. Unfortunately, gotta go back to work tomorrow. But yeah, and this is only the start, This is only the start of the holiday season. It's about to be Cyber Monday. Anybody who works in any kind of retail, I know Amazon about to go crazy. Listen, I'm praying for y'all, okay? I truly am. Just hold strong, my brothers and sisters. Anybody who has to deal with any kind of Q4 ramp up, which is what my job is doing, even though we're manufacturing, we're ramping up. It's been a lot. It's gonna be a lot. But the new year is just around the corner. Yeah. So, I wanted to do something very different for this video. I've been working very hard on my time off this Thanksgiving holiday in building, drawing, okay? I decided to make my very own Vtuber avatar. Ta-da! This thing took hours upon hours to do, but here she is, Bright Cat in all her glory. It's a little bit janky. I wanted to show off to you guys a little bit what I could do in a few days time. Now, please keep in mind that this is my very first time making a VTuber avatar. I don't have any fancy face tracking or anything like that. I literally was just going through tutorial after tutorial, trying to get something that looks at least partway decent. Probably not the worst there has ever been, but they're certainly not the best. But I think for my very first time, drawing the whole rig, making the meshes, doing all the, all the physics stuff, that was quite the endeavor. You know what, honestly, it kind of reminded me of when I learned how to do 3D modeling. Like a very sort of dense workflow. There's a lot of little moving parts, a lot of steps. You have to be very clean about, setting up your parameters and functions and things like that in order to make it easier on yourself as you go through your whole workflow. And I was like, just jumping here, jumping there. Like, this was a very, very impulsive decision on my part. I mean, I thought about it before. I kind of hemmed and hawed. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to really make a very good VTuber avatar. But I'm like, you know what? I should at least try it. Learn how to do it, learn the process. And this is the result of that. Like, when I first put this on, I was like, honestly, it's kind of janky, but she's cute. Look at me. I'm like a little blue cat. You know, the mouth movements aren't perfect. I didn't make very many mouth shapes or anything, but I got my webcam out. I'm doing some, I guess it's doing some rudimentary face tracking. The eyes are not perfect, but hey, here we are. I also got some pretty basic like tail movements and stuff like that. Like, this is not complicated. Like, I was already trying to make it way too complicated for a first time VTuber creation, or whatever you want to call it. Is it VTuber or VTuber? What? Anyway, it took me, let's see, I started this, I want to say on Thursday, or was it Wednesday? So I started either Thursday or Wednesday. I started this whole shebang, and I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I did, so don't mind this. So you see, I used Clip Studio Paint for my model here, and so I did a whole picture, just the bust. See, look, so cute. I have everything split up into multiple moving pieces. So, you know, I got the hair, the shadow of the hair, the whole head, separate body, and then I split it up even more. The scarf, some shadows, the body, even kind of like a little bit of the haunches in the back. And I also have a tail too, so as you can see by the swishing tail behind me. This was probably the easiest part. I know people are like, oh, splitting the model up and this and that and the other. Honestly, this was the easy part to me, because I already knew what I wanted to draw. I just basically used my icon as a reference. It's not like quite one-to-one as far as the design, but it kind of, obviously the icon is going to have a lot more fidelity on the, you know, the proportions and everything. It's going to be a bit more, what's the word? Appealing. That's the word I'm looking for. Appealing. Because when you're making a VTuber, you have to kind of compensate for not being able to like rotate. You're gonna have to skew and warp things. You're not redrawing it every single frame like you would in an actual 2D animation. Could you imagine that, making a VTuber avatar from 2D animations, like actual hand-drawn 2D animations, and trying to make a frame for like each individual movement you could possibly make? That sounds crazy. You're gonna have to use some kind of interpolation somewhere, because even just thinking about it, like, am I gonna rotoscope? I don't know what I would even do. But anywho, yeah, after I did my drawing, my digital puppet, so to speak, my paper puppet here, I use live 2D cubism, okay? And let me tell you, just trying to muddle my way through all of this is crazy. Like, I bet anybody who has any kind of rigging experience using this program is probably going to look at this crap like, what in the world did she do? Like, I honestly don't know any best practices for like any of this tree organization, like any of these folder organizations or deformer organizations. I had to fight my way through this whole thing. Like, this is crazy. And then I'm like, you know, trying to get all up close and personal with this cat's mouth. I'm like, you know, moving stuff around. I'm doing like one of these things. Okay, I didn't do that, and I gave myself a hair lip. Oh gosh. You know, anyway, you know, having to maneuver all of this stuff. Like, it's not perfect by any means. Like, let's see, what did I even do? Like, you know, trying to get the head to rotate. That was a lot of work. Just trying to make it look at least halfway decent, like trying to maneuver the mesh in such a way to give that appearance that, and then you look at it as a still image here. It's not really, it's not very good. Like, I could break this whole thing down and see how, like, yeah, the geometry or whatever you want to call it, the form of the face is not quite following what I would actually draw. Like, I'd have to get really into the nitty-gritty of the detailing here in order to make it look decent. But I was like, if I spend any more time on trying to make it look perfect when I'm just a baby at this, I am a noob and a baby. If I keep trying to make it perfect, I'm never gonna get this thing done. Like, there is so much more I could have done with this. Like, I only have the ears. Let's see if I can show you. I only have the ears on, like, one part. I've seen some very complicated ear tutorials where they have the outline here split apart, then this part of the ear, and then the inside of the ear. Like, that's already like 3 pieces. And then they would have the ear fluff on the inside separate and make that jiggle. Like, it was a very complicated process. I'm like, oh my god, I spent like 3 hours on just the ears alone, and then trying to figure out how to get all of this to move and look decent. Like this right here, this is reminding me of like a PS2 Sly Cooper game. I don't know. It's just like I'm getting very PS2 era graphics. I guess because it's kind of got this really deadpan stare because the eyes are not moving. Anyway. And then we get to the actual product here. So the finished product here, like, when it's in motion, it's really not bad. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm using like a free version of what is this program, Vtuber Studio, that I got off of Steam. And there's this little bug flying thing. I don't know what is this little girl doing here. I don't know what she is. I don't know who she is. I think this is the watermark, because I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. I probably could have spent more time on figuring that out. And look, I can change the background. See, look at this program. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to move myself. Oh, hold on a minute. But look, there's a whole bunch of other backgrounds on here. Let's see. What's this one? Oh gosh, okay. 4, background 4. Is that just the void? Background, a peaceful park. Wan Matsuri. Oh. Look at these little Shibas. Little Shiba Inus. That's so cute. I wish they had a cat one. That would be a lot more on brand, right? Oh gosh. And Fruit Fest. You know, I didn't try Fruit Fest. Oh, it's great. I like this program, to be honest with you. I think I'll figure out how to get rid of the little flying girl thing. Look, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. Let's see, items. Item scenes for hotkeys. Item settings. Look, I can even do a head. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this to look decent. Alright, so I gotta move Wait. Double tap an item to lock it in place. You can unlock it until you can move scale. Just drop it off. Okay. Wait. How do I? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. See? That's what this program has gotta be, honestly. And it kind of follows my head a bit. I didn't realize it would do that. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, get this thing out of here. How do I get rid of it again? Wait, no. Oh, it's stuck. Help. Wait, hold on. Oh, shoot. You guys get to see me fight my way through this stuff. Like, let's see. Head pat. Select. Wait, no. Configure, fine tune. Delete this item. Oh. Oh, drag it to the lower right. Okay. It's stuck to me, though. Remove item from the scene. Okay, there we go. There we go. See? Anywho, let's go back to a nice basic background. What is that behind me? Oh, don't look at that. That's behind the scenes stuff. Just, I don't know what that is. Yeah, let's go back to the park. The park is nice. Anyway, yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been spending my almost entire weekend making a VTuber avatar. And honestly, I think, you know, it's not perfect, but let's look at this really cool smug face. Look at this. Look like a little sad. See, the eyebrow tracking ain't bad. See, the facial expressions aren't bad. And listen, I did very rudimentary facial expressions. Like I just kind of made the head look left, right, and did a few mouth forms for the mouth, and, you know, up, down for the eyebrows. Although you can't really see the other eyebrow. You know, tilt the head up. I don't know why I zoom back like that when I tilt my head back. I guess the camera thinks I'm moving further away than I really am. But yeah, not bad, right? Not too bad. I, of course, can always work back into this. Honestly, I think I would start over and redo everything, because, you know, the more repetitions you get on fighting through software and programs and things like that, the better at it you get. You know, start learning proper workflows. You know, YouTube is the ultimate catalog, or, you know, of documentation for programs, and you can find YouTubers of all kinds, you know, making very basic tutorials and very advanced tutorials. Let's see, who did I look at the most when it came to these? Let's see, I did a lot of, she's called Cutie Dragon on YouTube. I looked at a lot of her videos. They were very helpful. Honestly, like every single piece that I wanted to do, I was like, okay, how do you do the eyes? I would just Google how to do eyes in live 2D or whatever. 2D live, what is this? Live 2D. And, you know, go from there. And then the YouTubers I liked, I just kept looking up their channel, looking more and more for more tutorials they had. I also looked at Chupuko? Is that how you say it? Chupuko? Her tutorials are very good as well. Also, you know, always, this is for kind of a general tip. Okay, always look for people whose finished product looks like how you want your finished product to look. Okay, obviously you're gonna have your own style, but like the level of quality and polish, like, does that person look like they know what they're talking about? Those are the people you want to look at. Okay, and these professional VTuber riggers, the modelers, and things like that. Find some really good ones. Okay, your favorite streamer or VTuber or whoever. Try to figure out who does their work, or unless they do it themselves. Don't be afraid to deep dive into their channels for good tutorials. Anybody whose work looks like crap, obviously you're not going to really want to take a look at their tutorials. Like if they have a very confusing or messy workflow, then I would just avoid that. I think one thing I need to look up more is how to have proper workflow, like how do you say, like hygiene, I guess. That way my parameters and meshes and warps and all those things are a lot more organized, because while I was doing this, here, look, let me show you one more time. So anybody out there who's new at making VTuber avatar, listen, I'm right there with you, okay? Like I kind of showed before, like how messy it was. And let me get this out of here. So let's go over here to my warp deformers, okay? Like I have zero organization on any of this. Like I know there's supposed to be probably a particular way you organize these things, but what I found, what you should do is at the very least, it seems like you should at least do all of your warps and deforming and moving and angles and all that stuff. Do all this stuff before. Do this stuff before you try to add any of these rotational things, okay? Because it seems, from what I've discovered, now keep in mind I'm still very new. I've never used this program before in my life, like up until this past Wednesday. Anyway, like if I want to change this hair now, I can't do that because with the warp deformer, I can't change it with this warp anymore because it is now on, this is now like the skin mesh, like it's this stuff here, right? Like it's all belonging to these rotational things. Like all these little mesh dots, they are now belonging to these rotation deformers. So like, yeah, I can, oh yeah. And then there's this weird double, yeah, don't worry about that. Anyway, yeah, these all belong to the rotationals. Parameters, or what are these called? Parameters, rotational deformers. So if I wanted to try to click on the actual hair deformer again, it's not doing anything. It doesn't do anything anymore. I can move these all around all I want. The only thing it moves is the root. That's it. Like I can move that. Kinda. Anyway, it's all very confusing and messy, and I'm still trying to learn how to properly use this program. But as you can see, I got a little someplace with it. Oh, I messed up the hair. See? Now I gotta fight with the. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there's my hair lip. That's terrible. Get rid of that. Okay, that's that. And then having to deal with the physics. Honestly, putting the physics settings on, that was pretty fun. Kind of testing it out. You can kind of see the scarf jiggle a little bit. See, it didn't come out quite how I hoped. Like the tail doesn't look very good to me. But I have to just learn how to do a proper tail. This one was very fast. I spent a lot of time messing around with these parameters down here, the pendulum settings. Eventually, I just put it on the breathing motion. So for breath, the breath is the input here. So it's constantly swinging back and forth. Because I thought that would be cute. Yo, oh, I gotta tell you guys, when I first saw her blink for the first time, I was like, oh my god, she's coming to life. She's alive. She's alive. And when you're making characters, the thing that truly makes them feel alive is the eyes. Whether in comics, animation, film. Well, film obviously, but you know what I mean. You know, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and your character will genuinely feel alive if you can like see eye movement. Okay, and that's what makes characters with no eyes especially creepy. If they got no eyes or if they're blind, it's like definite some shock factor, shock value, whatever. But yeah, this is her. This is Bright Cat. Me, my VTuber avatar. Also, I kind of was on the fence again on whether or not I wanted to actually just be on camera myself. But then I'm like, if I'm on camera myself, I kind of have to care about my appearance just a bit more than usual, and I don't really feel like being bothered of getting out of my pajamas and making sure my hair looks decent and all that before I get on the camera. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a kind of an in-between. I'm gonna be on camera, but just not in the way that you might think. So yeah, let me know what you guys think for my very first VTuber avatar. Obviously, it's still a little bit of work in progress, but actually I'm gonna just consider this very first version of Bright Cat complete. And if I'm gonna fix this one up, I'm just gonna start over. I'm gonna make some adjustments to the drawing itself. There's some things on there I would like to change, like how the lip is, how the nose is, the eyes, things that would ultimately make it easier to rig and have look pretty in motion. I also didn't really bother with the teeth too much. So when I turn, you can really see the teeth are not quite going where they should. That looks a little weird. But I kind of tried to at least get it to turn with the head. That was very hard to do. And the other side, I don't think I got the other side either, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I think that's all I've really got to say for right now. Until the next video, I'll probably have some more drawing video. I am working on a comic commission still. I think maybe I'll have to show that to you guys. But till then, take care, and I hope y'all have a great week. And till next time, take care. Bye. Oh my god, my eyes look crazy. Yeah, this thing needs some more work. It needs some more work. All right, bye.